Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new show and tell from me. This time, we'll be looking at a small micro brand watch company called Borealis watch company, and they make some pretty awesome watches. Now, I've seen these watches, on watch Facebook groups and so on, posted pictures of them, and I've always liked them. They have a very cool design, and now I have one to review. Borealis Watch Company has been so kind as to lend me this watch for review purposes, and that's what I'm going to do. So first of all, let's have some stats. The case size is 41.5 millimeters. It has a screw-down crown with engraved B logo there. Double-domed sapphire crystal with AR coating inside. It has a 120 click sapphire coated BGW9 loomed unidirectional bezel. It's powered by a Citizen Miyota 9015 automatic movement, a good and proven workhorse movement. It's made of, the case is made of 316L stainless steel. The lug width is 20 millimeters. Water resistance 300 meters. Sorry. Case height is 12.5 millimeters. It comes with a NATO strap. It has a Swiss-made BGW9 Superluminova applied to the dial, hands and bezel. It has a screwed case back with engraved mermaid on, which is there. There we are. Very nice indeed. Anyway, those were the stats. Now, the reason that I have the NATO strap undone like that is so that I can show you the case back. Otherwise, obviously, it would be threaded through the lugs and so on. Right. Okay. So let's have a look at this. My first-hand impression of this watch is wow. It just feels great. As I mentioned before, I have seen these watches. Not exactly this make. This model is rather new, but I've seen Borealis watches posted on different sites and so on, and I've always wanted to get my grubby little fingers on them, and here I have. So, first-hand impression of this watch is it feels sturdy, feels very well made, has some very nice finishing touches to it. Pros of this watch, well, I love the sapphire bezel. It's difficult to see on film, but it has a very stunning look to it with the sapphire bezel there. Obviously, also one doesn't get all the problems with, you buy a watch, you wear it for a week, and you, to your horror, discover that you've knocked it against something and the bezel has been scratched. And personally, for me, a scratched bezel is something of a horror. It's just I can't live with it. If I have a watch which has a scratched bezel, I must somehow get a replacement bezel for it. And that problem, you're out. You don't have with this watch. It also has a very pleasing domed crystal, which is very nice. The whole watch sort of sends off a vintage military diver look to it. I think that's the whole purpose of the watch, actually. And so that might not surprise me, but it does remind me of a vintage military diver's watch, and very pleasing at that. So one of the things which I really like about this watch is the fact that it has drill-through case lugs, which makes it very easy to remove the lugs. And this is always a problem for amateurs and also for professionals, although professionals don't do it as often. But one tends to scratch the watch when one tries to remove these, and that watches with drill-through case backs, drill through. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Drill through case back, water resistance 0 meters. Now, watches with drill through case lugs. You just take something small and you push it in there, and the thing comes out, which is it's awesome and very user friendly. So I like that a lot. What else can I say? I love the back. You know, the back is just stunning. Beautiful little mermaid, and especially as I am from Denmark, we have a special affinity for mermaids. You know, Hans Christian Andersen, Little Mermaid, and so on. So you know, and she's beautiful, and mermaids are known as being naughty little creatures who tend to come and lure sailors to their death. And you know, anyway, there is a lot of lore about mermaids. Anyway, she's very pretty. This mermaid there. The whole watch is very pleasing, and I'm very happy to be able to review it. Now, if I had to say something that I would love Borealis to change, it would be two things, and only two things, and they're very minor. But you know, I must. My conscience tells me to say it, and that is the lug width. I would like that to be 22 millimeters. And also, I'm not particularly fond of NATO straps. Now, a lot of you out there might love NATO straps, and that's fine. I'm just not one of them. And you know, I find I'm positive. Now, this is a loan watch, a borrowed watch. Sorry, this is a watch that is on loan to me. So therefore, I'm not going to start changing anything. But if this was my watch, I would put a sort of a vintage mesh. Shark mesh strap on it, and that would look awesome. I'm quite sure. But that's again taste. But I think it would. It's a bit difficult because it does have that beautiful sort of shape on the on the case that reminds me a bit of the Seiko Sumo. And the Seiko Sumo is also 20 millimeters, so you know, it might have something to do with if you make the lug width wider, you can't have that beautiful shape. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not an engineer or technician or anything like that. I just think that if one could have this beautiful shape but still have 22 millimeters, it would really look good. And those two things. I mean, the lug width and the NATO strap is the only two things that if I had to find two things I didn't particularly like, would have to be that. Otherwise, I'm very pleased with this watch. It's an awesome watch, and it just has such a cool look to it. I've been thinking about what it's called, the Borealis Estoril. Now, I've been thinking about what Estoril means. Apart from there being an area in Portugal called Estoril, Monte Estoril, I'm not sure what it means. And it doesn't really matter because the watch is so cool, it could be called anything. But you know, I'm always a bit curious, and I've actually been in Monte Estoril in Portugal. Beautiful area. But, you know, so maybe the guys and girls from Borealis could let me know what this actually means. So anyway, I don't think I have anything more to say about this watch. I can only say that it's a beautifully well made micro brand watch in an affordable price. You get a lot of watch for your money, and it is very affordable. And it should definitely, if you are a collector of microbrand watches, or if you just want a watch that nobody else is, not nobody, but not a lot of people wear, this is definitely the watch for you. Now, the thing about microbrands, and I've been on about that before, is that they tend to sell out pretty quickly. So if you guys want one of these, I think you should probably buy them now, sooner rather than later, as you know, all the very cool watches tend to have a not in stock thing on them when you look at them on the internet. So yes, well, those were the words on the Borealis Estoril 300-meter dive watch. Very pleasing watch, very well done, and yeah. Anyway, thanks very much for listening to my rambles, and if you like what I do or the way I do it, like and subscribe. If you have comments, you're more than welcome to write them here. I do try to reply on all the comments. Keep in mind I am dyslexic, so I don't write a lot. A lot of people, they will write 40-page long thing to me, and it would simply take me too long to try and spell my way through that. But I do enjoy your comments, so please comment. And well, that's it. Thanks very much, guys, and thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Bye-bye.